little fun videos for the people who ask me how do they find the right girl and get a good girl and they want a girlfriend. And I totally understand that. I also wanted a girlfriend and I wanted the right girl too. I didn't have a problem. I never compromised, actually. I didn't get with the wrong girl, meaning a girl that I didn't really jive with, because fortunately sex was never a big deal for me. I'd rather go out and like do something. Let's go do something. I would just lay in bed and have sex. Like, it just didn't do it for me. I enjoy, sure, but that wasn't the main thing. But what that allowed me to do is have more discernment in who I would spend my time and energy with. So I ended up with women who we had some compatibility and chemistry, which is the main point. That's the main point. So we wanted to see here, how do you find those girls? See, I found them when I wasn't looking for them. It never worked for me to have some polished dating profile, and I'm gonna go and send my resume out now. And man, just even thinking about it, it just feels super not right for me. For me, it's low vibrational. It's just not my thing. That's very much a collective mainstream way. The more mainstream and collective somebody is, as far as their consciousness goes, that will work. And I'm not belittling it. I don't know, how else can we talk about it? There's levels. There's different stages people are in. If that feels right for you, go do it. That's the other thing. Don't ask somebody, is this right for me or not? You go do it and you'll find out. Just have a little bit of common sense and pay attention when you do. Let's say you're on a dating site. You're wondering if the dating site's right for you. It's real easy to find out. Go start your profile and see if it's right for you. See if it's fun. If you're meeting girls that you like connect with. Or if you feel like, whoa, this is like sucks. This is stupid. I feel like an idiot. I'm done. There. Then you find out. I never liked it. I met one girl one time when I was 23 through that Match.com. We met at the coffee house and I felt like we were both auditioning for each other, and it just felt really contrived and stupid, and I felt bad afterwards. And like, cause she said, well, I'm open if you want to talk again. I said, okay. But I didn't want to talk again. And I don't know. I just don't like it. It's not my thing. So how did I meet? I've had 4 women. In between those 4, I've been satiated. I don't have any personal desire anymore. I don't even think about women anymore. I totally enjoy if I meet a cool girl and we're talking. I enjoy the energy, the play of female energy, because I'm a man. So I don't have that energy, not in the same way. Sure, on the deepest level, we have access to both male and female, but on surface level, it's nice to get to enjoy nature, male and female, and it's cool. So I don't have that desire though anymore. It's just, I don't think about it. In fact, I avoid it. I don't, meaning if I see the trap being set up, I'm calling it a trap, but it's nature, it's okay, of like the little flirts going on, I just don't engage, man. I don't want to. It's like work. It feels heavy at this point. Whereas before I used to like look for it. I would try to create it. So I had 4 girls. I had 3 whole girls and 2 half girls. And I'll explain it. And through those relations, I'm good. How did I find him though, right? This is the question. How do you find him? I found him when I wasn't looking for him. I found them mainly through, like the first girl I found, I was 22 maybe. She was 33. I found her through 12-step meetings. I was going to Sex Love Addicts Anonymous because I was trying to get over a previous heartbreak from a girl. I don't count her as one of the 4 because she just wasn't. The chemistry really wasn't there, and it's after having experienced the other girls, I can't really count her as one of the main girls. So, but still, I had the heartbreak because I just did. We were together for a while, and I liked that female, and I was like addicted to, like dependent on it. And so then when she took it away, I was like, oh. So I had to go through that detox. So then my mentor from another Narcotics Anonymous program. He told me I should try that. And I was in California, in LA. So I went to that. And I enjoyed the meetings. I enjoy 12-step, even today. I go sometimes because I've known people there for 30 years and it's fun. And I like being in a room where people are trying to get better. It don't have to be, it can be any group. It's just I found 12-step to be the most real and raw. And even that's still hard to find. Those who have went sometimes complain like, oh, but they're like stupid. I'm like, yeah, you got to find the right medium, man. I don't know. But I like being in groups where people are trying to get higher level. I like the energy in that group. You see? I would go to a church group if they had that. It's just I haven't found any that's really non-dogmatic and actually real and raw. So that's why I don't go. Or spiritual groups. They're just kind of all flaky and cheesy, and so I like the 12-step. So that's where I met the first girl. Because she would share something, I would be listening, and something, you know, I'm like, damn, I feel her style. And then I'd share and she felt my style, see? We had some compatibility. So then after a period of time, we started talking. After the meeting would end, hey, well, yeah, I like what you said. That was funny. Like you were talking about this and that. And yeah, it's like that. And then we just, you see how it happens naturally? That's my point. You go do what you want to do, and then you'll end up finding another girl, or find somebody who has some shared value and interest in real time. It's not the same as reading that on some dating profile. You say, I like traveling, and then you read somebody, I like traveling. That means nothing. You need to be in the presence and see what you know, how does it feel? How does it work? Why go through the work of meeting 50 girls from the dating site, because they all say they like traveling, but then you meet them and you're like, I don't know about that, because you're not aligned on other levels. The quickest way to meet somebody, you go do what you want to do. You'll see other people there who also want to do the same thing. That's why they're there. And then it'll be revealed if there's some similar values and interests. It'll just be revealed. It's automatically. And you'll just find yourself talking automatically. The way I met the other girls were through plant medicine ceremonies. Yeah, that's a good way to meet them. Usually, the plant medicine ceremonies usually attract higher, more open beings, clearly. And so, we just met like that. Now, the two halves. One of the halves I met, I call them halves, I was gonna say because they're platonic, but actually they weren't both platonic. So let's be specific here. One of the halves was platonic, but we really kicked it, man. She was a rapper in Guatemala. When I was in Guatemala, I met her when I was in Lake Atitlan, and she had moved from Guatemala City, and she was a rapper. I remember she showed me her video. Now we bonded mostly through the plant medicine. We did it. I was renting a house at the time. It was cheap, and we did some plant medicine that day, and it was great, man. It was great for me. In fact, it was so damn great, I got a little overzealous, because the next morning I'm like, wasn't that great? It was like really great, wasn't it? She's like, yeah, it was cool, but like, I'm not, it's not like, wow, I'm so great. She was making fun of me. I like that. So we had similar humor, and like I said, she was a bit raw. I watched her video when she showed me when she was rapping. That got me. I was like, okay, I like this girl now. I wanted to battle her. We never did. She probably would have beat me. So that's how I met her. But we never had sex. That's why I call it a half, all right? Just because. Now, the last half, this was the last girl I was involved with. I don't even know if I've talked to a girl since then. Not really. I mean, you know, just whatever. But this girl, also, it was the plant medicine that bonded us. I don't want to give too much data away, but she was super, her intellect attracted me. She had a lot of medical knowledge. I have a lot of holistic knowledge. And so we would kind of have a friendly sparring sometimes. But she would never get, feel, take things personal. And it would just, because we're mature enough to have, she would be open to what I'm saying. I'd be open to what she's saying. And it was just fun. The reason she was the reason I call her a half, because we weren't a relationship, so to speak. It was a temporary experience. It wasn't possible to have a relationship because of certain circumstances. So we knew that. We knew it was going to be temporary. That's another thing. I'll just say it now. The duration of time that the relationship lasts is meaningless. It doesn't matter. Don't measure your success on how long the relationship lasts. Get rid of the concept that says, yes, but if it's so good and if it's really meant to be, we should be together forever or their whole life. No, that's a misnomer. Let go of that. All that matters in the relationship is that there was a nice exchange of chemistry, okay? And you got the lessons and experience that you needed to get. I think this is the most important thing in the whole video. That's all that matters. That. And if it lasts a week or a month or a year or a decade or a whole lifetime, so be it. It's irrelevant. Did you get the experience that you were meant to get? Because this life's about training. It's about getting experiences to grow higher in consciousness and outgrow this silly human dimension so that we can exist more happily on more subtle dimensions. Go see my Spiritual Renaissance channel if you want to know more about that. Or you can read my spiritual book. Also, I talk a little bit about that. It's on my website. And my Semen Intention book and my autobiography book. Okay. The reason this girl, though, played such a big part in my life, and the reason my sexual sanskaras or tendencies were totally satiated after being with her, is because she allowed me to experience this desire I had, which was to have sex with a woman, one who you gotta have good chemistry, otherwise the sex is like pointless, it's stupid. You're just getting off on each other. But to actually have some love, getting off meaning it's just a dopamine hit. You might as well beat off, like what's the difference? You wanna have sex with a girl who there's actual love there to exchange and circulate, okay? I had that before, but you need that as the foundation for what I'm about to say. I had a desire to experience having sex with a girl we had that chemistry, plus I didn't orgasm anyway, since my 20s when I had sex with the girl, but I didn't want her to either. I wanted to find a woman who we could both remove the whole orgasm out of the equation. Just take it out and see what's left. Then let's see the vulnerability and intimacy in the exchange of energy that's left after you remove the orgasm. I got to experience that with her. Now some may say, and also I get these questions a lot, yeah, but how do you do it? Yeah, you have to find your way how to do it. Have you learned by now there's no manual that's absolutely tailor-made for everybody when it comes to like how to preserve your energy or how to have sex without ejaculating? How? It's individual, like how? It's like somebody say, how do you dance? I want to learn the hip hop. Do hip hop. Okay, here's what you do. You like stand up and then you got to bounce and then you do this a little bit or something. Is that going to work? You got to find your way. You just got to do it. You can watch somebody and kind of get an idea, and you see, it's the same with this stuff. But there was she did develop a technique that I liked. It just happened spontaneously. When she was getting close to the threshold, she'd say, 10 seconds. That meant we got chill now. That's how you do it. If you're having sex with your partner and you don't want to release, then if she still wants to release, it's cool. Let her release. Like, who cares? That was my own personal thing. I wanted to have that experience, be with a girl who also didn't want to do it. It doesn't mean like you have to, but I wanted to, and the universe manifested it for me. And so that's what we did. But if you're having sex with your partner and you don't want to release, this is the answer to the questions I get a lot. That's what you do. If you get close to climaxing, tell her, first of all, don't get close to climaxing. Don't be such a dopamine junkie in chasing that high. That's why you get close, because you're getting addicted to the sensation, the genitals, and you're an addict. So don't let it get there. Get to 70% maximum. If you happen to go over that, if you're starting to go over that, tell her 10 seconds. She has to respect you enough and be high level enough to where she understands that and then backs off for 10 seconds. Yeah, but my girl won't do it. Okay, well, you're with the wrong girl. I'd never had that problem. I just wouldn't attract those girls. If a girl couldn't understand, like, why I don't want to lose my energy, if she somehow felt insecure about it, or like, well, how can I satisfy you then after I'm like explaining everything? Like, why? How am I going to even be attracted to her? I would never attract them girls to begin with. We wouldn't even have to have that conversation about. They wouldn't have to ask me, yeah, but why are you doing that? Or they don't approve of it. I don't want to attract those girls. I'll explain it to them at one time, and they understand. And the higher girls will be interested. They like it. It's like different. They're like, oh yeah, and then they'll start asking questions because they want to know about it. That's cool. That's the kind of girl you want. You don't want a girl you got to work so hard to try to like prove yourself and do what you know is good for you. Like, that's just silly, man. Don't have more dignity for yourself. Don't sell out so fast just so, wow, a girl's paying attention to me. So I'm going to compromise myself because I need this attention. Although, it depends where we're at, which stage we're in. Some were very hungry for the female attention, and you'll just kind of sell out to do that. Okay, the other thing I want to say, because some people think, they're like, dude, you don't understand, man. Like, this is the modern age, and you have to be on a dating site now to get a girl. And I'm like, no, you don't. The higher girls, they don't want to be on those stupid sites either. I don't mean call it stupid. They're stupid from one angle, they're stupid. There's all different angles to everything. On another angle, look, there's always exceptions. Like, you can find happy stories. Oh, I met somebody online and we lived happy together forever. Yeah, it's possible. Like, I know. I'm saying you go find out if that's for you or not. The more individual you are, you know the difference between being a collective mainstream cookie cutter person who just talks the same, reacts the same as everybody else, versus an individual with your own individual way of seeing things and perceiving. I'm talking only to those people, by the way. Even though the algorithm sends to the masses, if it was up to me, I wouldn't allow it. But if you're an individual, I've found that dating sites work much less. They're less effective. They work good for mainstream. Mainstream, this whole world is set up for mainstream. It's like you have certain things. Let's say law of attraction. On mainstream level, their interpretation of law of attraction is dating sites. If you're an individual, or even higher, transpersonal, meaning you're starting to realize your true nature, which is formless, that's even higher than individual. Again, you can see my spiritual channel if you want. Those individuals, the law of attraction principle is not operating through dating sites. It's operating direct from universal algorithm. You don't need the dating site algorithm. All you need to do is show up for life, go do what you want to do, and then you'll just meet somebody like I did. You'll just start to find, like, don't make women a separate mission in your life. Don't make it like, okay, I have my life, but I want to meet a girlfriend, and somehow that's separate than my life. No. Your life, you focus on your life. If you're doing what you want to do and what comes natural for you, and you're supposed to meet a woman, man, she's just going to pop up. It's when you start watching the clock and saying, yeah, but it's been such and such so many years now and I still haven't. Okay, so be it. I said I had 4 girls that helped eradicate this vasana, or tendency to have, be so much thinking about female energy and attention. First girl I met, I was like 22. The other three, the two and the two halves, that didn't happen till I was like 39 or 40. And then it kind of all happened at once. One would kind of finish, and then within a couple months, the other one would come. Again, I wasn't looking for it. It was the timing. A good astrologist might have said, look, this period here, from like 40 to 44 or something, like some females are coming. Because it's like, it's the way it's, you know, we don't know how it's going to work. Maybe you'll be 60 and then it'll happen. There's stories of that too. So that's the thing people have trouble with, man. Trust in existence. Stop trying to manage your life so much. You can't manage this stuff. You can't go like find a girl. I want a girl. I'm like itching to have a girl. I need to go find her. You won't find her that way. You'll find the wrong one. All right. So I think we touched on everything. I wrote some notes, but in those guys that have too many girls, that's insecurity, man. You want one girl where the chemistry is matching. It's all about chemistry. It's not about numbers. It's about quality, not quantity. It's what a mess to have just a bunch of girls you don't even connect with. Again, that's a mainstream thing because they don't know what connection is anyway. I'm talking to the individuals. You guys want some depth. You don't feel alive unless there's some depth. You can't handle just some superficial talk. Unless you're doing it, you just want to get laid really bad, so you'll play the role and make yourself do it. Be aware if you do that. Pay attention. Pay attention to your life and see, am I compromising? There's no need to feel guilty or shame about it. You just want to be aware of what you're doing. That's it. All right, that was a good video. And I'll see you. Good luck to you, man. You'll find a girl if the universe, it's your destiny to find a girl. If you don't have a girl now, don't worry about it. You're not supposed to have a girl. How about that? I don't have a girl, but I really want a girl. Okay, universe, I trust you. In the meantime, I'm gonna go live my life. I'm not gonna be like stuck in my mind all day. Just work it out, man. I'll see you.